Tony Abbott is refusing to comment on whether he would support part of the government's superannuation plans. The opposition leader is accusing the government of breaking a promise over increasing taxes for the over 50s, but won't say whether he'll support that measure.
In the wake of the government finally unveiling its plans on super, Tony Abbott is sticking to his mantra.
Our clear and categorical commitment to the Australian people is that we are not going to make adverse changes, unexpected adverse changes to superannuation.
The clarification of unexpected relates to the opposition leader's plans to scrap the tax-free contributions of the lowest income earners in the country.
He wants to rip that out. That's a war that Tony Abbott is waging on low-paid workers in Australia, 3.6 million of them, worth $4 billion over the forward estimate.
While ruling out further adverse changes, the opposition leader is less certain about positive changes, refusing to commit on whether he would keep an increase to the cap of how much pre-tax money those over 50 can contribute to their super, instead pointing to the fact the government had promised to increase the amount to $50,000.
Now they're saying that it will simply rise to $35,000, and we should not allow the fact that they are promising a rise to obscure the fact that they are also breaking a promise.
The opposition's current policy on superannuation is to keep caps at $25,000. So to get a lecture from the opposition...
Because the increase is smaller than pledged, the government will save $365 million over forward estimates. But the minister says the result for over 50s is a chance to boost their retirement savings.
What we need to do is to help as many Australians as possible who don't have enough saved to get the opportunity to get money into the superannuation system so they can retire comfortably.
Labor will place a tax on what it calls the wealthiest retirees, those that are earning from their superannuation more than $100,000. It says it will do so to make the system more sustainable because there were overly generous concessions made by the previous Treasurer. But speaking to Sky News from China, Peter Costello has returned fire. He says Labor was eyeing a cash grab from superannuation only to lose its nerve.
Labor have been in office for 5 years. They're desperate for money. They're hungry for money. They go looking for the pot of gold. They see the pot of gold. It's superannuation. They create massive uncertainty. And what do they take out of it? 2 copper coins.
The savings for Labor are indeed modest, less than $1 billion over forward estimates, so no major relief for the budget. But importantly, the proposed changes do appear to have widespread support.
I'm pleased that the changes we've announced have been greeted by the superannuation industry uniformly with support. Most economic commentators have said actually these changes are sensible.
Tom Connell, Sky News, Canberra.